Hey everybody, this is our real customer testimonial podcast show. So we're featuring our actual customers in more of a long format. So it kind of goes beyond a review on a website. And so I'm here with Veronica, who has two amazing dogs, and she has a dog sitting business on the side as well. But her two amazing dogs are Chloe and Balle, Balle, right, Veronica?
No, it's Belle.
Balle.
Belle, Belle. Yeah.
Balle. Okay. I have trouble with these kinds of words.
That's okay.
And so we're going to tell their story and we're just going to hear it directly from you, Veronica. So you wrote us a lovely, how we connected is wrote us a lovely unsolicited post on Facebook,
hmm
and then we contacted you to interview you. So we'll post that below. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about how you found us, what you were experiencing before you found us, and then after.
Well, experiencing before I found you was two very anxious dogs. Aggressive. One was aggressive. They were both put on Prozac, which gave me two lumps of furs laying around the house and in the driveway, and I didn't like that. So I was looking for other avenues to help them, and I prefer natural versus pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
And I stumbled across your product on Facebook.
Hmm.
Don't know how I got it, but it was there, and I looked into it, read some of the reviews, and thought, well, it sounds good. I think I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
So I tried the trial offer, and then I had some little bits of success, and I thought, oh, let me just buy the larger bag.
Hmm.
And the girls have been on it for about 2 months now,
Hmm.
and I've seen some changes. We do swing on the changes. There'll be some really remarkable moments, and then they'll kind of regress a little bit, but they're
Yeah.
just new to the product. So,
Yeah.
um, you know,
It's very, very normal. Yeah.
hmm
Yep.
so yeah,
And
Bell
and
is
that
not.
was and that
What's
just
that?
so, sorry to interject. So
Sure.
by the way, that's the daily product, our daily product.
Yes, the daily product.
Okay, cool. And just for the future, we're doing this before we officially, air this. We're recording this before we rename Daily. We're calling it Boost, and it's just going to be the same product.
Okay.
But what we have found is there's this magical sweet spot because we've been doing this for a long time with thousands of dogs,
hmm
and they seem to peak at their benefits in with this product at 90 days. And so we said, it just makes so much more of a more sense to call this Boost, because we can allow some dogs to be on this just 90 days who are healthy, and we can look at it as a boost period.
hmm
And then some dogs that are older have more higher needs. These may be your dogs.
Right.
If you want, you can continue to do this every day. So you don't have to stop at 90 days. But I just wanted to reiterate that 90-day sweet spot, because you've been around 60 days, and I think you're going to see more and more benefits. But anyway, please tell me what you saw after, a month or two of using daily.
Um, I saw, because when I board the dogs, when my boards come in, Val, she can see the dogs coming in the back driveway, and she's not a fan of humans.
Oh,
Okay, so she was becoming very aggressive at the window. She's a loves dogs.
wow.
She treats dogs as if they're her children.
Oh,
She just doesn't like humans.
yeah.
Um, so, but in the last couple weeks, I've seen her aggression turn from vicious barking to whimpers.
Wow.
So and yesterday I just, I was receiving a dog, and she just, well, actually, I was doing a meet and greet. And when I come in the house, I said to Mike, I says, I saw Belle there, but I didn't hear anything. He goes, she was just whining a little bit. She just normally didn't do that before this product.
Yeah.
So, and her poop eating, well, it's definitely decreased. I'm very happy about that.
Right. Wow. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. When we just briefly said hi to each other before this, we
Right.
didn't talk much, and you were talking about how, sometimes there's a step back,
Mm-hmm.
you experience these benefits, which is totally normal.
Right.
Such is the way of like all the complexities of every dog. And then of course you have like the life they lived before you got them. I mean, yours are rescues. Who knows what their life was like beforehand? And, you've got their whole life before you took them over and brought them into your home. Like, what did they eat? What didn't they eat? What deficiencies do they have? What drugs were they given? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
Mm-hmm.
there's all these complexities. So when people ask us, well, will this work for my dog? Or, they always are asking us a barometer. Obviously, that's a normal question.
Sure.
It's just nothing that it's so difficult to disappoint people when you say, we really just don't know. You just have to give it at least 4 to 6 weeks and preferably up to 90 days. And then just be ready and acknowledge, be aware of what can change. So, that's it. Because, and the other thing too is like we normally see that obviously 100, not everything you try is guaranteed to work. There's no product at all that
Mm-hmm.
will give 100%, will have 100% efficacy with every dog. There's no way it could. And so truthfully, you have people that have tried so many things, they're super frustrated. What they're doing is actually they're on the right path. You have to just try it, like
Mm-hmm.
you did, you
Right.
know. Yeah. And if you see a little glimmer, you just, you keep going and you just see what the big payoff is. But 90 days is a good amount of time almost for everything, for the whole system to change over, for the gut lining to heal and be supported. Short of that, you're not really giving it a good shot.
Well, no, yeah, that's I believe that as well. Just anything natural takes time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So
changing diet, and you could have a really amazing surprise. And I mean, we have some dogs that just get these great results in like 2 weeks,
mhm.
and yay for them, but it's
Yeah,
definitely not the standard.
I wish mine would have changed in 2 weeks, but hey, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. It's a progression, a
Right.
setback here or there, but it's progression forward, which is where I want to. I want to get, especially Belle. Chloe's not a. She's got anxiety, but she doesn't. She doesn't show it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's kind of my barometer for meet and greets. I'll take her out, and if she can handle the dog, we're good to go. Especially since she's been attacked twice on meet and greets. So,
Wow. Wow.
hmm
Wow.
she does very well.
And so, um, did we mention at the beginning that you have a boarding business? And yeah.
Correct.
Okay, great. I couldn't remember I know we did that right in the
We did.
beginning when we met, but, so I mean, you've got these two, anxious girls,
Hmm.
and you've got all these stranger dogs coming in over time,
Hmm.
and stranger people. And this is an interesting case study. I thought, when I read your I guess, testimonial
Right.
on our Facebook. So would you say, like, do you have any idea of why you have like a setback? Do you have any clue of why that might be?
Oh, I just think this the slight setback, as I said, I seen it today, and it is a neighbor running a lawnmower. Belle and Chloe do not like lawnmowers,
Yeah.
and they will run the fence line between the neighbors' houses, between my house and the neighbor, and they'll just run it until they exhaust themselves. Why they choose to do that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this will eventually. This was full on, just like it was before the Gussys got, but this is the first of the summer, so I'm hoping that it'll change as the summer goes on.
Yeah.
It was a new thing, an old thing, but a new thing reintroduced to them. So they're
Okay.
like, oh, it's springtime, lawnmowers. We don't like them. So
Wow. Yeah. But it's I'm thinking to myself as you're talking. I'm just thinking like how refreshing it is to have, when we have customers that are super in tune and aware and curious, and they're really paying attention to all things. Some people can't, they're not home with their dogs a lot. And some people just aren't that, observant. They're just not. And so they look for a thing, like if they're not getting results, they're looking for like a thing that may seem obvious to them, but could be a lawnmower that while they were gone, it set your dog off, as an example.
Right. Yeah. It's just, no, I think I'm pretty in tune to the girls. I mean, I've had them since they were 11 months old.
Ah,
So, and they were shelter dogs for the entire 11 months.
yeah.
So I think we've kind of adjusted.
Yeah.
They've changed since I brought them into the house. Yeah, some for the goods. I started boarding just to try and teach them how to be dogs.
Aw.
If that makes sense.
How nice is that? No, it does. I mean, you're just like, wow, that's almost, you're bringing to tears,
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't know how to be dogs. They were in a shelter for their entire life. They missed that sweet spot of learning how to play with a toy, which they don't play with. Learning learning everything that they need to learn as a puppy. They didn't know any of that because they were in kennels.
Yeah.
So, and the last shelter they were in, it was either euthanasian or come up north, and they came up north.
Wow.
Wow. I found them and I took them.
That's great. Well, I think that's beautiful, and probably no better place to end this. Stay with us on your, keep in touch with us on your journey, beyond the 90-day sweet spot.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you can, they're how old now?
They're 5.
5. So they're still in like a young, we call it, we categorize dogs in 3 categories. We call it peak, flow, and a harmony. And it's mostly by age, but it's also health is a factor. And they sound like they're pretty healthy.
Oh, they're as healthy as can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they definitely be flow dogs at between that age and being healthy. And then you have the ability, if you want to switch daily and then move to our youthful grasses and sprouts, or our new product that we have coming out. That's it's a maintenance formula that you can use with grasses and sprouts, or rotate them. And that's coming out pretty soon too. We haven't announced it, but we're really excited about it. It's a great product. It'll be a little more economical too. So, because it'll be 9 ingredients compared to Daily's 19 ingredients.
Well, I just wanted to give them everything that I could give them.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah. Well, you do. I mean, Daily's got this amazing detox, methylation support, and inflammation support. So you basically are hitting the gut with like all this soothing tonic and gut support and nutrient support. So it's really our kitchen sink product. It's like,
they love it.
A bunch of different mechanisms.
They do love it. They lick the bowls.
Oh, nice. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, they look at each other's bowls and they walk around, they lick the bowls just to make sure that there's nothing left in there. They love it. So
that's great. That's great. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for sharing your story.
Sure. I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you so much. And our best to Chloe and Balle.
Well, I'll love them for you.
Okay, good. Post pictures.
Okay, I will do that.
Thanks, Veronica. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, one sec here.